So, I'm just going to tell you guys a little story. This is kind of important to me. And I'm not doing this, I am doing this because of recent news, but I don't want to jump to conclusions or anything because it's not 100% confirmed yet. I won't believe until I hear it from more sources, but I just want to kind of explain something. The Last Guardian, been in development hell for eight years now. I've been waiting for it because I knew there was going to be a sequel. I've been waiting for it since the day, the literal day that Shadow of the Colossus came out. Why? Alright, I need to explain something to you about this game and what it means to me. While this isn't my favorite game of all time, that goes to a comment, and I have another story for that one later. But this game actually means quite a bit. Back when it first came out, back in 2005, 2006, um, when I first played it, I knew it was a great game and I loved it, but I didn't really appreciate it for what it was worth. But in 2010, let's just say I had a rough year. It wasn't very good. Not a very good time in my life. In fact, that kind of started um, what has been since then some of the harder years of my life. It's been a lot filled with depression, filled with just all sorts of crap. Not fun. About 2000, late 2010, around there, around Christmas time. And that's usually when I get it the worst because I get like pretty bad seasonal depression too. But around end of the year, um, I wasn't doing very hot. I was having a very hard time. Just basically, I was suicidal. I was not. My life was not good. It was not going well. And one day, I was just having a crap day, and on a Saturday evening, decided to sit down, turn on my PS2, played some games. Wasn't really motivated, so I flipped in a game I actually hadn't played since about its release, and that was this. That was Shadow of the Colossus. I'd played it a little bit between 2005, but mostly I knew it was a great game, but there was other games I wanted to play, and I'd wanted a sequel, but then, and I'd been hearing about Last Guardian, and I knew all about it, and I knew its delays at this point. But I flipped on Shadow of the Colossus at this time, and I hate to be all cheesy about this, but it really had a powerful impact on me. Not necessarily in a metaphorical sense. This isn't like that one Adam Sandler movie where he said, "Oh, toppling the Colossus was like toppling the giants of his, each giant was like one of the obstacles he had to overcome in life." Blah. Which, that's one thing. But the other thing, the real reason is how immersive it was and how I could get lost in that world. I probably spent, I don't know, 10 hours just riding the horse around in the game. Not just fighting them, just looking around, just getting lost, just putting on like headphones and getting lost in the sounds, the ambiance, hearing the birds chirping as they fly overhead, just hearing the footsteps as I walk through a cave or just out in the middle of a field or something like that, just or the horse running, just being by the beach, hearing the waves while playing the game. Just a simple thing. And that experience or those experiences alone, not well, I wouldn't say single-handedly did it, but it did most of it. It pulled me out of that depression. It was like I got this new perspective. It's a perspective that I've kind of used since then, and it's been really helpful. It's a perspective that beauty this amazing can be created why leave it behind? And that's kind of the perspective that Shadow of the Colossus gave me. That it's taught me to appreciate the world around me a little bit more, the creations, the things that man has made, the stories that have been told, what they've been come up with, all the visual, audible experiences, all of that. Just to appreciate them for what they are and how those are the kinds of things that even if it's for only my own benefit, I don't want to miss out on those. I want to be able to partake in as many of those as I possibly can. And which is a big reason why I like artistic games. I'm not like some hipster, oh, this is the quintessential game. No, that's why I like games is like that. That's why Journey, Okami, and Shadow of the Colossus are in my top 3. 100% is because of how beautiful they are. It's not because they were some artistic medium. They were something to express something. It wasn't just the gameplay. They are beautiful, gorgeous, and I don't know. That means a lot to me. Now, The Last Guardian coming out wasn't, you know, because I wanted just another great game to play. Eco ended up doing the same thing for me. Beautiful. Now, it didn't quite do the same for me as Shadow of the Colossus did, because personally, I prefer more natural beauty to machinery and all that stuff, which is what Eco centered around: machinery, temples, man-made stuff, and Shadow of the Colossus has a more open, natural environment. But The Last Guardian is Team Eco. It is in the exact same series as Eco and Shadow of the Colossus. It's not a standalone game. It was in that same series. Granted, it's a completely different time period, but that's when it was supposed to take place. Or is, I can't, no jumping to conclusions. The reason I was so excited for it was to partake in another one of those experiences. Because that is one of the few things that gaming never offers. Like it's so rare. So rare. And a lot of people will say that's not true. But it is. It's not very common that we get a game that's that focused around just environments and also, executes everything else well, but it's just so atmospheric. People say, "Oh, Herditor Skyrim, oh, Herditor Mass Effect." They don't portray it correctly, I guess is what you could say. They don't have an emphasis on it, and it doesn't feel as encouraged. It feels, I don't know, it's just, there's something that Team Eco does when they put together their games, and it could be just me when I'm picking up the controller. But there's something that they do with their games that makes it so much more grand, so just captivating for me. And that's so important to me. And I just kind of want people to, I guess I just would like to let people know that that's kind of what my feelings are on these games. Why they mean so much to me. Gaming will forever mean the world to me because of what something like this could do. Because heaven knows I wouldn't be here if it weren't for Shadow of the Colossus. I don't want to sugarcoat it. It's just how it is. This game, as weird as that is to say, saved my life. Or at least taught me that life has more meaning than I had thought at the time. And continue to think at times. Because depression doesn't go away. But that's really it. That's all I had to say.